All right, you know what it is, man. This one is about the Baltimore and DC car versus the Miami and the Boobie boys. Sit back, enjoy the ride. Let me ride the way I want to ride, man. You know what I mean? Fast forward it if I get to riding and, hit a different block or something. You know what I mean? We don't do all that over here at the Mecca, man. All right, Unique Mecca audio, man. This one is about the Baltimore and DC and Miami car versus the Miami car and the Boobie boys, man. So I'm gonna just take you on a little ride, all right? Because Baltimore been asking me for something, but I like to get in touch with the homies before, I say their name out there. So I ain't get in touch with my Baltimore homie yet, but I'm gonna tell you about the Baltimore car. I know he ain't gonna mind, but I ain't gonna say his name because that's how official we played over here. You know what I mean? Because he a laid back young dude that, ran with New York and DC. Good man on stand-up time. Gunshots. 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 All right, so now, you got a Baltimore cat down there, right? Good little young boy. He was younger than all of us. He was like maybe 19, 20 at the time, but he was official, real quiet, laid back, didn't bother nobody. You know what I mean? He barely even talked. That's what I like about him. You know what I mean? That he'll sit there, for 3-4 hours with us, and he'll let the old timers talk, and he'll just sit back and soak up game, because that's what they do. But before I go any further, I want to make sure y'all understand that this video is dedicated to Torian Daniels. Good looking. He did a nice cash app, you know what I mean? So I had to recognize the brother. When you look out, you got to be, shouted out. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Torian Daniels. That's who this video is for. But anyway, we got the homie. He's sitting back, right? Every time we go outside, he just, real quiet and, he'll smile, but, he won't show too much teeth. You know what I mean? He was a serious cat, Baltimore dude, But he ran with the DC car real hard, and, New York and DC, we get along in there, the men, put it that way. The ones that say New York and DC don't get along usually be the ones that ain't on man time. But if you're on man time, you know what I mean? New York ain't got an issue with you, and DC ain't got an issue with you. But we in Coleman, Florida. So now we in Coleman, Florida, and, it's a dice game going on. Big dice game, you know what I mean? And dude had the dice, he won, no exaggeration. He must have won about 60 rolls back to back. Picture a dude with the dice winning 60 rolls back to back. You understand? And dude's out there gambling. Then all of a sudden, dude said, hold up, man. Hold up. This going on too long. Somebody said, anybody got any more dice? Because, dice is hard to get. Let me explain to you how that ride. This is how I ride. I'm going to give you all the intricate details of the prison. One dice, what y'all call die, but one dice. Because, you need 2 for craps and 3 for CeeLo. One dice in the prison go for like $150. That's because you're going to make your money back cutting the dice. That means every time somebody hit a point with the dice, they give you a couple of stamps and they add up. One dice go for $150. So, and it's hard to get dice because you got to get somebody that work in the education department or the rec department where they got games that come in with dice in it, before the administration take them out the box. The guy that work in there, if he cool with his supervisor, he'll tell the supervisor, let him get the dice. He'll steal the dice. One, either way. So now, they real hard to get. So this dude got 60 rolls with one dice, and dude said, man, I can't wait till the move so somebody come out with another set of dice. You know what I mean? Because something ain't right. But, they rolling this kid, he's crushing them, 60 times back to back. So then now they call the move, dude come out, and he, got a set of dice. So, they changed the dice. So when they change the dice, dude start losing. You know what I mean? So, of course, they feel better. Gunshots to him losing. Gunshots to him losing. You know what I mean? So now, dude losing. They feel a little better. They getting their money back, So while they on the sideline, the Baltimore dude push up on the dude and say, yo, let me see them dice that he had, man. You know what I mean? So he go look at the dice, and he roll them out. And, of course, it comes out on a point. I said, hold up. So he rolled him out again. He comes out on a point. He said, nah, something ain't right. So he told, the other homie that's with him, he roll his dice. So dude rolled the dice and they come out on a point. He said, nah, this nigga been cheating. You know what I mean? He got to get a gunshot. He got to get a gunshot, man. Bottom line, gunshots. You know what I mean? So the Baltimore dude take it upon himself. It was a Miami dude that, rode the 60 rolls. He take it upon himself because, we on man time. You feel a man violated you, you handle your business if you want to handle your business. You know what I mean? But if it's something like, let's say somebody owe you stamps or something. Stamps is the currency in the prison. You already know. I already told y'all before what it's like to be penitentiary rich. So if you got a bunch of these, you the man. You understand? So now, dude sitting there, and if somebody owe you, let's say 20 books, 10 books, even one book, and you ready to put the knife in them, you'll go to the shot caller for his car and say, yo, your man owe me these stamps, man. If I don't get my money, I'm going to put the knife in him. So you give their car a chance to handle it so it don't get into nothing, Because dude might buy commissary. You might sell a dude 20 books for $100, and he go to the store and he buy you $100 worth of commissary. And now you give him your 20 books, store day coming, he give you an excuse, 2-3 weeks back to back, 2-3 days back to back, depends how long your patience line. And you be like, nah, I gotta put the knife in this dude. I think he think I'm a sucker. So you don't just run and put the knife in him. You go tell the shot caller. First, you put your car on point that, yo, such and such owe me, I'm getting ready to put the knife in him. You do that so that you don't crash the car. If you just put the knife in him, you call the crash dummy. So you go let the car know, yo, such and such from another car owe me. I'm getting ready to see this dude. You're not going to him to say, come help me. You just letting them know, be on point, because when I crush him, you don't want, to be in the blind and then somebody come and crush you behind what I did, so you let them know what it is. And then they'll say, all right, let's go to shot caller so they can holler at their shot caller. So you go to your shot caller and you tell them what happened. Dude owed me. Gave him out 20 books. I'm supposed to get my commissary. It's been 3 weeks. I still ain't get it. He tell me his mama's sick. You know what I mean? The dog got hit by a car when mom was walking to the thing. She had to take him to the vet. And they got a bunch of stupid excuses. You know what I mean? So dude turns around now and it's like, the shot caller goes and tell they shot caller, yo, dude owe my man these stamps. He ain't pay him. If you don't pay him, he gonna put the knife in him. You know what I mean? And then whatever happened after that, if y'all want to hold him down, you hold him down. But we just letting you know, respectfully, we want our money. So now you say you want your money. So here it go. So now, there's situations where when it happened, you just, feel that it has to be popped off right there. And that's what happened with the dice. Once dude found out he was cheated, you don't go bring the car in for somebody cheating, because you ain't supposed to be doing, gambling anyway. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to bring the car into it for that. So dude turns around and finds out he was cheating. So him and the homie, they punish him and his man that was, working together, picking the stamps up when he was hitting the 60 rolls. So he put the knife in him, bang, 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 bang. Stabs him up real bad, you know what I mean? So now they call the move, they go back in the unit. So now the Miami dudes, you know what I mean? Rightfully so, they in their body that a dude from Baltimore done stabbed one of theirs. You understand what I'm saying? So now they ready to go to war. You understand? So now, we got the homie. I already spoke to him. I got permission to tell it. And he gonna come on the show probably early next week. We got the homie from D.C., let's give a big round of applause to my man, Big Red. A big round of applause to Big Red. Big round of applause to Big Red. Big round of applause to Big Red. So he got a homie from D.C. named Big Red. Big Red, an older brother. He was in his 50s. I mean, he worked out, had hands this big, about 6 feet, and was a big red caramel complexion. You know what I mean? In great shape for his age. You know what I mean? Chest sticking out here, arms like this, and his hands long down to his kneecap. But and he was a professional boxer out of D.C. Put his work in. Big Red wound up doing almost 40 years, over 30 years. Red wound up doing, but now Big Red down at this time over 2 decades. You know what I mean? So he done turned old man into prison, but he was still nice. So Big Red sitting there in the yard, walking the yard with one of the D.C. homies, and he see all the Florida dudes grouping up. But when I say grouping up, we talking about we in Coleman, Florida, so we in their backyard. You know what I mean? We in Florida. So it was like 400 it was like 400 DC Miami dudes, you know, grouped up in the yard. So Red walking, so Red pulled one of them aside that he know and said, "Yo, what's going on, family? What's the meeting? That way, you know, I'm on point if y'all decide to pop off on somebody, you know." So they tell him what happened with the dice game and that, you know, the little Baltimore homie, you know, stabbed one of them and they not going for no outsiders stabbing nobody in their car. They not getting retribution. You know what I mean? So Big Red get the details. So now he go back to the little homie and from Baltimore that run with the DC and New York car, good brother, you know, go to the little homie and he said, "Yo, you know, what happened?" You know? And he told him, he said, "Yo, dude was rolling the dice, he was cheating, he didn't hit 60, you know what I mean, joints back to back. You know, dude come out with the dice, you know, we put the new dice in the game. I take the dice that he had from his man, I roll the dice, it kept coming up, you know what I mean? You know, winners. So I know he cheated, you know what I mean? So right there, I put the knife in him, you know? So Big Red said, you had every right to do that, man. So, you know, whatever it is, what it is, you know? So now, the Miami dudes, you know, let me get right to the point. It was the Boobie Boys, you know what I mean? The Boobie Boys rolled up, you know, went and hollered at Big Red. So Big Red talking to him because the Boobie Boys, you know, damn near had the car, you know what I mean? But they was laid back, so they wasn't into the bull crap. Let's say that. Boobie Boys get their props. Give a shout out to the Boobie Boys. Give a shout out to the Boobie Boys. Give a shout out. The Boobie Boys wasn't about no crap. They was about the peace, you know what I mean? But they was on man time. You could still be about the peace, but on man time. So they rolled up on Big Red and they talking to him and they tell Big Red what happened. Say, "Yeah, dude, you know, stabbed one of ours and, you know, we want him off the yard." You know, so Red told him straight up, you know what I mean? "Yeah, I already talked to the little homie and he said he ain't going nowhere. So it is what it is." You know what I mean? If we go to war, we go to war. You know, I mean, that's how it is out there. Picture this now. You're in the yard, you got 200 Miami dudes, and you got maybe, you know, 40, 50, you know, maybe 60 DC dudes. You know what I mean? And, you know, they out there, and all 400 of the dudes is in a huddle, so you know something is going on. You know, so now they call the move, and everybody come outside, you know, so all the DC dudes come out. So now they 100 strong. You know what I mean? And they 100 strong, maybe about 200, but it was strong because DC deep in the prison, you know? So now they come out there and, you know, they roll up and Boobie Boys roll up to Red and he said, "Look, man, you know, the homies over there, we talk." And they said he got to go. You know, the Baltimore dude got to go because he put his hands on one of ours and spilled blood. You know, Big Red told him straight up, "Look, man, I talked to the little homie. Matter of fact, let me go talk to the little homie again, see where he stands." So Big Red go over there and he go holler at the little homie and he talk to him and he say, "Yo, what's up, man? They saying you got to go, man. You know, we rolling with you 100%. Whatever you want to do, you do." So, you know, Baltimore dude is all straight man, you know, gunshots for him being a man. You know what I mean? Because that's how we do it.
Mecca what? Mecca audio.
Mecca audio. So now, Baltimore dude said, "Man, I'm not going nowhere, Big Red." You know, so Big Red said, "It is what it is. We holding you down." You know what I mean? So Big Red go back and he tell the Boobie Boys, "Yo, this is what it is, man. You know, I talked to the little homie. He said he ain't going nowhere. Forget what happened in the game. Bottom line, he ain't going nowhere. So whatever y'all want to do, you know, you do." So, you know, Boobie Boys, you know, because like I said, they in the middle of the yard talking. You know, Big Red, you know what I mean, the little homie Rat and a few other the brothers from DC, they in the middle of y'all talking to the Boobie Boys. And after they had a little conversation, they realized that it ain't going to be solved because they're not going to get what they want and do not leaving, you know. So Big Red tell them it is what it is. So they walk off, you know what I mean? So now Lil Rat says to Big Red, you know, Big Red straight gangster, shout out and big gunshots for Red. Big gunshots for Red. All day Red get gunshots. Got to give 3 gunshots for Red. So Big Red, you know what I mean, stand there and, you know, Lil Rat, you know what I mean, they say to him, he said to Big Red, he said, "Yo, what's up?" You know what I mean? What's the call? You know? Big Red looked up at the sky, man, sure how much of a gangster Big Red is. Big Red looked up at the sky, man, he about 6'6", you know what I mean? Big Red looked up at the sky, he said, "Man, it's a good day to die." You know what I mean? I asked him where he got that from. He said he don't know. He must have got it from an old cowboy movie, Crazy Horse or Sitting Bull or something. You know what I mean? Well, Big Red said, "Man, it's a good day to die." You know what I mean? And we die for hours, man, because that's what being on man time is. Make sure you cop your man time merchandise. You know what I mean? Hit me up at my Instagram. Now, Like this video and the Cash App on the screen. You know I gotta say that. Game is to be sold, not told. Y'all getting real inside stories official. You know what I mean? Support the hustle. Now, after Big Red said it's a good day to die, you know, Boobie boys go back over there to their little 200 people, you know what I mean? And yeah, tell them what happened. So now they all stand up out there, and we in the yard, and they got a gun tower. See the gun tower right behind me, right here? You see this gun tower? They got a gun tower just like that in the middle of the yard. And when they see the group of people, you know what I mean? When they see, you know, groups of people standing up, they can telegraph something that's happening. Then they call in the center control, tell the lieutenant, tell the captain, tell the SIS, yo, you know, the Miami inmates is grouping up. It looked like something. Then I see a bunch of DC and Baltimore and New York inmates grouping up. So something get ready to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So now, by the time he said that, we all in the yard. So, you know, Big Red, you know what I mean? You know, like I said, that's the elder. So Big Red tells everybody, you know what it is, break up in pockets. We getting ready to put our work in. You know what I mean? So everybody start pulling out their knives. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my props. You know what I mean? And, everybody start pulling out their knives. You know what I mean? They ready to go. You know what I mean? So now they got they got their swords out, you know, and they breaking off in pockets. And, you know, New York, DC, Baltimore, we all, you know, got our little areas set up. So we got the yard so that nobody can sneak behind us. Because this is what's going on in prison. So if you youngins want to go through all this, feel free to ignore what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And challenge what I'm saying. Because I'm going to bring brothers up here that's going to tell these same stories. But I just wanted to, you know, give it to you right here. But, you know, Big Red going to come up here. I'm going to holler at my man from Baltimore, see if he want to come up here. Because, you know, like I said, he was a shy, laid-back dude that was just about his business and soaking up game. But, you know, I'm going to find out if he want to come up here. At least, you know, I shout him out so y'all know who it is that held it down for y'all in Baltimore. Y'all want to know who it was that held y'all down from Baltimore, the little young homie? Put the emoji up, you know what I mean, and put hashtag Baltimore. You know what I mean? Hashtag Baltimore and put your joint up. And, you know, if you want to know it so that, you know, we could, you know, entice them to at least let it be known who it is that, you know, kept y'all on the map, you know. So everybody breaks up in pockets and, you know, ready to, you know, move out and go to war. Because that's what happened. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, the Boobie boys and the Miami boys, you know, they ready to rush. So now we're about to have an all-out brawl in the middle of the yard. You understand what I'm saying? So now, out of nowhere, like I said, you know, that tower right here behind me is where the police at. They watching everything. So when they see the knives pop out and we get ready to go, they shoot from in the tower. Bang! Oh, we got to hit the gunshot. They start shooting in the gunshot. They start shooting. But you know what? Man, guess what, man? You know, if you want part 2, get with me later because somebody complaining that my joint's too long. So I'm not even going to give you the whole joint because they talk about get to the point. So that's the point. They start shooting in the yard. If you want part 2, let me know, man. I'm out.
Cheers to the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you can go and visit. Then you can consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated minutes on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. 2 G's in the night. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind. Spin a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend it in. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yard. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rudiments.